What's up? I'm Brianna Ivy, and this is the Hear From a Professional podcast. Previously on the Hear From a Student podcast.
I mean, business administration is everything you need to run a business, whether that's marketing, finance, IT, data analytics. For IT, data analytics, I mean, like, you cannot run a business or at least improve a business without the data behind there, because data tells stories. You can't tell a story, you can't see what's working, you can't see what's making an impact without those data analytics. The C-level suite execs, they all make decisions off of what is going on, and they have to see that with the data. So being able to translate like what you find to like actual business overviews was one of the biggest things that I've learned.
You graduate tech. Congratulations. Okay. Had some fire graduation pictures. I saw them.
Thank you.
And I'm sure you had so many offers, right? So when you're looking at offers and you're thinking about where do I want to start to establish myself as a young professional, what are some big things that stuck out to you about, I guess, Google that made you say, you know what, this is where I want to start to grow myself professionally?
This is a great question. I had two offers. I had one at Google and one at Warner Bros. Discovery. It was kind of hard for me. I'm gonna be honest. It was kind of like most people, they would look at that and be like, yeah, Google, like easy. But I have a really big passion in media, entertainment, and sports. I think my Warner Bros. NBA TNT internship was my favorite one, because I was able to bring my passions and also be effective on the business side. So one thing for me was location. Like I said, I'm an Atlanta native. I love Atlanta. I think the cost of living here is great compared to like your Californias, your New Yorks, your Chicagos. So that was one thing, was location, what I would do, and also growth. Not just like career growth, but also business growth. With Warner Bros. So they turned from Warner Media to Warner Bros. Discovery in 2022, something like that. They had a merger with Discovery, and they were having a bunch of layoffs. I will say around this time, a bunch of layoffs were happening like around the whole world. But there, I kind of saw that they were like going, it was not good over there. It simply wasn't good. And I had to make a decision. And then also with my Google offer, I had, it was originally to go to Chicago because that's where my internship was. But I did not want to move to Chicago. So I had to make a decision. I will say I did negotiate to stay in Atlanta. That took a lot of months. So that's a negotiation is another topic that's a lot. But yeah, I ultimately chose Google just because of the opportunities. It did pay more, so that's another thing. I mean, of course, like you want to get paid more. But yeah, the opportunity and the growth at Google is just amazing, and I know I'll be able to find my path within here.
That's amazing. We don't have to get too deep into the negotiation hole because it can be a hole. But starting that conversation, was it a question or was it a request? Like, is this a thing that's possible, or was it I would like to?
This is funny because since I was an intern and since I was returning back to the same team that I interned at, I knew all the people there. So basically I had inside information. I had inside information.
Okay.
It started off as a request. I was like, hey, I sent this whole email about why I want to stay in Atlanta, and why it will be better for me, and why I will perform better. But they were like, yeah, we just don't have spots. Like we just can't fit you at Atlanta. Like you have to go to Chicago. But because I had insider information, I learned that somebody from the Atlanta team was moving to New York. So that meant that in a few months, there would be an extra seat in Atlanta. That I only knew that because I knew the people who worked there, and we were really close. So I used that to my advantage, to be honest. I did use it to my advantage. I took it back to my recruiter. I was like, hey, I heard blah, 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 blah. I'll wait it out. I will wait it out. I don't have to start at this date. But yeah, it took a few months, but they ended up, getting me the spot because she moved to New York.
That's beautiful. I think there's something to be said about going for what you want in a
Yeah.
respectful way, but like you
No,
could like
100%.
I'll just go to Chicago, but you knew what you wanted. You had a standard and you were like, and you had the information, but I feel like you probably would have asked anyway. So I
No,
feel, you
100%.
know,
Like, and I don't regret it at all. Like,
yeah.
Atlanta is an amazing spot. Yeah, it's an amazing spot. It's an amazing office.
Mhm.
It's one of the most saturated. We have the most concentrated Black people there out of all the Google offices. So it definitely feels like home there.
Yeah.
And I don't regret it at all.
Yeah. I'm glad you got to stay there where you would be comfortable and where you felt like you could grow. What does your day-to-day look like at Google?
Oh, day to day is always different,
Yeah.
but I can tell you what my week by week looks like.
Okay, week by week.
That's better. So basically I work in digital strategy. I have clients, I help them strategize on how they should market on Google products. I'm a product expert. So I'm able to help them advertise on our different Google products. So that's just a background of what I do.
Yeah.
So usually I plan on my weeks every Friday. So every Friday I look at my next week. Monday and Fridays we work hybrid. So I work from home. I
Yeah.
am home right now, but that's because I wasn't feeling well.
Yeah.
But yeah, on Monday and Friday. So Monday and Fridays, I make sure I don't have any internal meetings because I'm working from home. I just want to be heads down on my laptop doing all the work that I need to be done. So really I'm just planning for client meetings. If anything is coming up, like if they're having a big promotion or they need something to be optimized or things like that, I'm really just planning for that.
Mhm.
Tuesday and Wednesdays are where most of my meetings are. So just asking the client what they need from us, what are they looking for, what are their goals, so we can help them, achieve their goals. Thursday is a bit more light because yeah, I don't have a lot of client meetings, so it's really like doing internal meetings. I'm a tour guide at the Atlanta office, so I do a lot of tours on Thursdays. If there's like students coming to the office, I usually participate in those and do like panels on Thursday. So Thursdays are kind of fun, to be
Mhm.
honest. Like that's where we have our happy hours too. And then Fridays are kind of when I summarize like the whole week and then get ready for the next week. So that's kind of like an overview, but every week, every day is different.
Yeah. You're very involved. Were you involved at Tech also?
Yeah, I was. I
Yeah.
was. Like if I get bored, I go down a whole rabbit hole. Like I can't be bored. I can't
Yeah.
be bored.
Okay, okay. In terms of networking, I'm sure it helps that you have a great personality and you seem to like to be around people and you like to be involved. But for people who might be a little bit more reserved, a little bit more shy, we know how important networking is, especially when you're trying to build your brand.
Yeah.
And what tips would you give to people who need tips on networking and being, I guess, more comfortable putting themselves out there in a work setting?
It's kind of hard because that comfortable thing, I mean, you have to be comfortable being uncomfortable, but not being too uncomfortable. Like
Mm.
you just have to be able to, like, if you're passionate about something, you shouldn't be uncomfortable with it, with like in any type of setting where you're passionate about. Like
Mm.
if you're passionate about sports, if you're in any type of sports environment, you should not be uncomfortable. Then you're not passionate about it, to be honest. So like when you put yourself in places that you are passionate about with like any type of situation, and you should be comfortable enough to provide your ideas, like really kind of connect with people, other like-minded individuals, and kind of just like build off of each other. I think the most genuine networking that I have is just people who I naturally like work with on
Mhm.
projects and things like that. So like the people that were able to get me a lot of opportunities were just people I just worked with. Like I
Mhm.
just worked with, and because I was very authentic when I was working with them, because I was in these passion points, they can speak to, how I work. That means I'm able to show up as my best self, as my authentic self. Um,
Mhm.
and that's how it kind of goes, it's like a rolling effect. Like put
Yeah.
yourself in your passions, so then you're able to come up, you're able to like come as your authentic self. And when you come as your authentic self, you're able to bring your best work. And when you bring your best work, people are able to like speak to your work and able to share and bring you opportunities.
That's good. Outside of networking, which is very key and very important, what are some other, I guess, insights or bits of wisdom that you've learned when it comes to establishing your brand in the workforce?
Yeah. I mean, the passions is a big one. like just do what you love to do. Like just like, I don't know, like just do what you love to do. Also, like not taking things personally,
Mhm.
meaning like there's millions of opportunities in the world, and you might feel like you're qualified for all of them, but like you can't get every single opportunity that you apply for, that you go for. But don't take things personally. That just means it's not for you. On to the next. And
Mhm.
I think that's one of the big things that people have to understand. Like people will get caught up in their first no, their second no, their third no. But I promise you, all those no's change when you get your first yes. So not taking things personally, whether that's people or opportunities. Just keep going. Like be your authentic self, and the right opportunities will come. um Building your brand, I mean, yeah, it's the same thing I was saying, like just tapping into your passion points, being authentic, because you can't, because you're building your brand and you're building your reputation, that people like build, like your personal brand is basically what people say about you when you're not in the room.
Mhm.
So, and you need to continue to have your personal brand. So if you're not being authentic, you can't keep up that brand that people are talking about. So the number one thing is being authentic in everything that you do. And share, honestly, share. Like I'm big on LinkedIn. Like I'm big on being on LinkedIn and sharing ideas and interacting with others. And that's kind of like how I built my personal brand also, is on LinkedIn, being able to do those things. So it's a whole combination of things, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think the flip side of that also is making sure you don't get caught up on those first no's, but then making sure you also don't start to tell yourself no before other people do. Because I think
Yeah,
sometimes we get in our own head with that first no or that second no, and we're like, they're probably going to tell me no too. So I'll just excuse
don't
myself.
do it. Don't, I
You
promise
shouldn't do
you.
that.
Always put yourself in the list.
Yeah.
Always put yourself in the list.
Yes, yes. Do you, I guess you interned with the same team that you joined, so you would say you had a smooth transition from
100%.
college to the workforce, which is great because
Yeah, it is great. I love it. I love it. I was very blessed with my early career journey. And that's why I try and share my early career journey and share the tips and tricks that I learned throughout it, to help others, because I know others just didn't have the same journey as me. But super blessed.
yes, yes. Before we move into this next section, do you have any more just words of wisdom or advice on that initial journey into professional life that you like to share? Or have
It's
you touched it?
your first job isn't your only job. It's okay. It's okay.
Ah! That's-
Promise you, your first job will not be your only job. It is your starting stone. It's your stepping stone. Use it as a stepping stone. Use every single experience as a stepping stone. Like you might not be where you want to be right now, which is okay, because you're young. If we're talking to just early career individuals,
Mhm.
but use every opportunity, every experience to learn something and to grow off of that, because it just builds and makes you a better, diverse, open-minded person.
Yeah,
So even if you don't like where you are right now, at least take one thing that you can grow and you can take from that, and use it to your advantage.
yeah, that's good. Is there any skill that you didn't have coming into the workforce that you wish you would have gotten a little bit earlier?
Hmm. Uh, that's a good question. I don't know. Because I think most of the skills that I learned were literally specific to my role, that
Mhm.
I learned on my role. Like maybe if I would have known like more product knowledge, I would have been better in my role. But
Mhm.
um, I mean, a lot of things that you learn within your role, and because you're early on in your career, people are kind of like they're okay with you not knowing how to do stuff. If you're
Mhm.
at a good company with a good team,
Yeah.
they should be okay with that. So I was able to learn. I was able to be put in an environment for me to grow, and for people to be okay with me not knowing anything,
Yeah.
uh, being comfortable to ask. So
Yeah. I think that's a very important. I don't know if it's a myth that I thought coming in, I was expected to know so much and to understand so much.
nobody knows
I don't
everything.
think that they're, I don't, and I don't think they're expecting that of me because they don't know everything. So I don't think they're expecting, I think they're expecting me to want to learn, to want to grow, to be
Exactly.
a
That's the big thing.
sponge.
That's
Yeah.
the big thing. At least show that you want to learn and you're excited to learn. That is the huge thing right there.
Yes. That is the most important part. All right. All right. Let's talk quickly about entrepreneurship because you're an entrepreneur.
I am.
What do you think the biggest misconception is about entrepreneurship?
This is a good one. This is a good one. Biggest myth. This is a good question. Because I was gonna say that you need to have money to start. You don't need to have money to start.
Okay.
Uh, I think that's one of the biggest things. It's like people is like they need to have some type of investment or they need to pay this type of money first to get it up started, but it's really not that. You can build yourself without like paying a whole bunch of money. But I'll have to think on that question. I'll have to think on that question.
What can't you do?
What can't you do?
What birthed that in you? What made you say, you know what? I need to breathe life into this idea.
100%. Middle school is where it all started. I used to do a whole bunch of things. I mean, I was always like this since I was young. But playing sports, making music, being good in school, things like that. A lot of my friends just kept on asking me, Naomi, what can't you do? What can't you do? Like it was a saying that I kept on hearing early on in my childhood, like over and over and over again. And I was like, okay, people keep on asking me this. I need to like tap into this like 100%. I need to tap into this. So I made it a brand. I made it a brand probably towards the end of my high school career is where I really tried to like develop it. But that's where it all came from. It all came from me doing so many different things, being so diverse in my experiences. And yeah, that's what can't you do is all about. It's like you can do anything you put your mind to with the right mindset, the right attitude. You know, it's nothing that you can't do. Like just do everything that makes you happy. Anything and everything that makes you happy, like regardless.
Wow, that's good. You also do like resume reviews and things like that through What Can't You Do?
Exactly. So at first, like it still is a personal brand that I try and like let other people's kind of like develop and
Mhm.
you know hone in on. But I also provide services, which is resume, LinkedIn optimizations, and just overall career coaching or early career coaching. So yeah, I just want people to be like very confident in their self-confidence is a huge thing. It's something that has helped me in my early career journey. So that's something that what can't you do? That's what I do with the people that I work with.
What would you say has been the biggest struggle in your entrepreneurship journey and then the biggest reward that you feel like you got?
Yeah, being able to balance between my work life and my entrepreneur life, like how much do I want to hone in on my brand or my, you know, my company, and how much do I want to hone in because you only have 24 hours in a day. You
Mhm.
spend 8 hours sleeping, you know, I spend 8 hours working. So like how many hours can I spend on, you know, my actual brand and things like that. So that was one of the biggest struggles. And honestly, I'm kind of still struggling now because I feel like if I was not working at Google or if I didn't have as many hours, what can't you do will be 2 times like bigger than what
Yeah.
it is now. Because I would have a lot more time to like really sit here and brainstorm on what I want to do. Like I have so many, like I have ideas for days. Like I have ideas for days, but it's only, you know, so much time that I can put towards it. But yeah, that's one of the main struggles is balance.
I yes. Because also you were doing this while you were also a Georgia Tech student, right?
Right, exactly,
And
exactly.
that's a lot. I watched your TED talk, and in your TED talk, you mentioned that your superpower, there were three like main points. It was expression, positivity, and authenticity. When it
Yep.
comes to expression, because you're an entrepreneur, you're a rapper, you're a gamer, you're a Google employee, you a hooper. I think you
Yeah.
do blackjack. When it
Yeah,
comes
I
to
do.
expression, is there one form of expression that you feel like brings you back to yourself when you like, I need to recenter, I need to refocus? Is there one form of expression that like centers you?
I think I don't know if I can give it to one. I don't know
Okay.
if I can give it to one. I'm going to give it to two. I'm going to give it to music, whether that's listening to music or making music. You know what? No, I'm gonna give it all to music. I can't do music like that.
Okay.
I'm going to give it all to music. That is the one thing where I can just go in and just be like relaxed. Like
Yeah.
if I'm having a long week and like I used to be really, really bad with like expressing myself through words or through like communicating with others. But
Mhm.
music, making a song, songwriting has been so easy. It's something that I can easily just sit down, write a song about how I'm feeling and feel like 100% better.
Yeah.
music. I mean, I grew up in a musical family. All of my parents, my siblings, they're all in music. So
Mm.
it was in my blood. But yeah, music is something that's near and dear to my heart. It's one of the main ways that I express myself.
Wow, that's phenomenal. And you came out on the TikTok to your own song, yeah?
I did come out to my own song.
That's a fire. How many people can say that? Anyway, okay. What would you say to somebody who is scared to step out of their comfort zone into like an entrepreneurial endeavor? Like they have a passion for it, and but they're just nervous. What would you say to like spark them?
Well, honestly, truly, I would ask follow-up questions. Because that's just who I am. Like, why are you nervous? Like, are you like nervous to fail? Are you nervous because, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like that's one thing that I would ask. But I feel like most people will be nervous. One, they don't know how to market themselves. Like they don't have the resources to start up their business. Like they only have their passions or, whatever. Um, but when I tell you there's so many resources and so many people that are out there that have been through what they've been through, like you're not alone at all. Even probably like your closest friend is probably has like some type of business idea because everybody is like entrepreneurs these days.
Mm.
Um, but like I would say like reach out to family and friends because I'm pretty sure 90% of them have tried to start a business or have a business. So take advantage of all your resources. Um, yeah, you just have to be able to communicate with people and reach out to people because you don't know who's been through whatever or who has like whatever experience. Like you might have a family member, you might have a friend that has like a business
Yeah.
that just probably, it's just it's a lot of things that you just don't know. You
Yeah.
don't know until you ask. And there's a lot of resources out there to help you build your business, to help you build your brand. A lot of companies, they understand that entrepreneurship is on the up, like it's
Yeah.
trending upwards. So they're making products, they're making services to help small business owners. There's so many resources out there. You just have to be able to look and ask.
Yeah. Did you do a lot of asking when you got started?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
100%. 100%. I mean, I still do. I'm still looking for resources, or like different resources that I can do based off the ideas that I have.
Yeah.
But yeah, 100%.
Yes, you gotta ask. What they say, closed mouths don't get fed. Um,
Exactly. No, no,
so
preach.
yeah. So mentioned before, you're all these things. You're an entrepreneur, rapper, gamer, employee, hooper. How have you been able to breathe life into all these different facets of yourself? And what would you say to somebody who feels the same way? They have all these passions, but they're struggling on how to balance. Like, when do I pour into this? How do I pour into all these different things at the same time?
Yeah, I mean, first you have to experience them all, and you really have to I've been big on like kind of understanding how each experience makes me feel so I can rank it, like rank it by priority. So like whether that's, and I will say like the blackjack thing and all like the other stuff that I do, it does come with time management, but also I'm able to make my own schedule. So that kind of helps with those type of things. But when it comes to honestly, a lot of things are like the schedule are like set because I go to work 9 to 5, of course.
Mhm.
Sometimes I'm able to, be flexible with that. But if I'm signing up for like a basketball league or multiple basketball ball leagues or tennis leagues, like those are set times. Like I know what time I'm going to be playing a game. I know what time is practice. So that's another thing, like be able to put the set things with the set dates and times into your schedules. And when you kind of pour into like your passions, things that are not set, like making music or, whatever your passion is, cooking or whatever things, you're able to fit those into little pieces. And that's kind of like a time management tip, is to set all the things that are set in stone right now that have a set date. Then you can be able to take the things that don't have a set date that you have to find time for, and you can put those into the little pockets.
Yeah, that's really good. I'm taking that. Last little section of questions. Your rap persona, the name is In Tiger, right?
Correct.
This game is called, instead of Eye of the Tiger, it's called Mind of the Tiger. Okay?
Tiger.
Mind of the Tiger. If you were a manager for your team on Google, at Google, and you were looking for someone to take your place, what are the top qualities that you would be looking for?
Top qualities. Okay, one, you have to be able to, not be able to, but you have to want to learn. Like, and you have to love learning, like love being able to develop yourself personally and professionally. Because nobody knows everything, and you have to know that nobody knows everything. So that's one thing, is being able to love learning. Also, I've learned that the best leaders that I've run into, they are simply just hardworking. They're simply just hardworking. Like, there's people who they don't work, they simply just don't work hard. Like, they'll do the bare minimum just to get through. But the best leaders are the ones who take that extra step, and they do that extra work, to get recognition or things like that, or just because they want to.
Yeah.
Like, so another thing is being a hard worker. Like, hardworking than all your peers. You have to be personable. You have to be relatable. Like, you won't get anybody to listen to you if you're not relatable or personable. Like, you have to, like, have that credibility. So that's probably my third main one. Of course, you can go on forever on what makes a good manager. But yeah, you have to be personable. Like, you have to be able to talk and interact and connect with people of every single type of background.
Yeah.
You have to be able to connect with someone who, came from this background or this background. That's another thing.
Those are good top three. If you could choose any celebrity or fictional character to perform a song with, who would it be?
Jaden Smith, 100%.
Jaden Smith.
Jaden Smith.
That's a
Jaden
good
Smith.
one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Jaden Smith, he was my number one celebrity that I looked up to, like, since day one, honestly, since fifth grade.
That's cool.
I love Jaden Smith. I love what he goes by. Misfits is create, inspire, and disrupt. Like, I kind of build What Can't You Do off of his Misfit platform. I mean, I have, like, the Misfit necklace on. Like,
That's
I
cool.
I love Jaden Smith. I like all the things that he does. He's very different.
Yeah, that's cool. Our side question, are you into Willow Smith's music?
Oh my gosh, her last album was one of her best albums ever.
Really? I haven't
Oh,
heard it. I just hear snippets of her songs online. I'm like, wait a minute. This is
man,
good.
listen to her new album, like, on a Sunday morning if you're cleaning up or something like that. Listen to that album. That last album that she dropped was fire.
10 out of 10. All right, second to last question. If you could choose any fictional universe to be a part of, you get to take Naomi, all her knowledge, all her skills, and you get to go live in this fictional universe. What universe would it be?
I'm gonna be honest, this is a very childish answer, but I'm gonna say Amazing World of Gumball. I just
Oh,
think, like, they just be doing some crazy stuff in there. They be having fun. I'm gonna say Amazing World of Gumball. I think y'all have fun in that universe. They be doing some wild things and still be surviving. So I'm here for it.
I love that show. That is a great pick. And it just, wow, you would probably have so much fun. You're right.
I would.
Yes. All right. You're going to play 5v5. It's you and four other people. Who you picking?
Oh my, wait. Okay, who, like, anybody?
Anybody. It's you and you get your four other picks and y'all going to the blacktop and y'all 5-on-5 with anybody who step up.
Yo, what? I never got this question. Let me see. I'm gonna go with Maya Moore, which is one of the best WNBA players.
Hold on. No, don't hold on. You keep going. But Maya Moore was the reason I thought I was going to the WNBA back when I used to hoop. I was like,
yeah,
she is.
she's a dog.
She
She's
was
a
a
dog.
dog.
Yeah, so I'm picking Maya Moore, just for her leadership. I'm picking LeBron for his athleticism. I am picking. Do I have to go with Curry? I think I'm gonna go with Curry for his shooting. I think I'm gonna go with Curry for his shooting. I need some rebounds. I'm gonna go with Victor Wembanyama. Man, man.
Wow.
I'm gonna go with Victor Wembanyama for rebounds. Let's see, Maya Moore, Curry, LeBron, and Victor. Yeah, those are my four.
How?
Those are my four. I never got asked that question, but I feel like I'm gonna look back and I'm gonna regret what I said. But it's okay. I'm going with those four.
I feel like you was a little on the edge about Curry, so I feel like you
I
might be
was on the
great
edge
people.
for Curry because, like, I don't want him to shoot it out the. I don't want him like he can shoot, he got range, but like that's not really how my play style is.
Yeah,
Like,
like
I want to get everybody involved.
I'm rocking with it. I'm rocking with it. With the first pick being Maya Moore, I already knew that I was gonna be rocking with this. That was
Yeah.
great. Oh wow. Okay. Second to last question actually, because that's done with the mind of the tiger. Do you have like a vision for your career? Like, where do you see? Because you do so many things, right? Are you going on tours? Are you gonna own Google? Like, where do you see Naomi of the future?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really look at my career past honestly 5, 10 years.
Okay.
Usually like people talk about like your long-term goals. I kind of live life 5 years at a time, if even that. Um, but for me right now, I guess my focus within the next 5, 10 years is to really hone in on one, my public speaking. I think the TED Talk was one of my first public speaking events where I was able to really talk to my passions, and I had an amazing time with that, and I got so much great feedback, and I really want to tap into that a little bit more and be able to talk to folks, because people, they like personal branding, something at least with the older generation, that's something that they don't really know. They just go to work and they do their best job and that's it.
Mhm.
But like this world is changing, like this corporate world is changing where you can bring your authentic self to work and you can really excel. So that's one thing that I want to start honing in on. But again, I keep on bringing this thing of passions because passions is real. Like if you love your work, you're going to do your best work. So for me, I want to start shifting my focus into like more sports media entertainment type of things, whether that's sports partnerships, sponsorships, things like that. I can see myself going to the YouTube path, which is within Google. But YouTube is just a separate org.
Mhm.
But that's kind of like where I see myself right now, like professionally.
Man, that's amazing. Also, on the TED Talk tip, the jacket was fire.
Thank you,
And
thank
the
you.
fact that you rapped on the stage,
It
just
blew, it put
excuse
it
me,
blew people away.
it
It blew
was
people away.
good.
Like when I told my manager I was gonna do that, she was kind of iffy. She was like, "Rap, I don't know."
Yeah,
But then when I performed it for her, she was like, "That is simply just amazing." Like
it,
like they've people have never seen that before.
it
People
was
have really never seen it before.
it was phenomenal. Normally, I in the last thing is opening the floor for you to give any lasting leading advice. But you've given so much
I
advice
was
and
about to say,
so
I
much
think I've gave,
wisdom.
I think I've given
So
all the things that
yeah,
I had.
so I am just going to take this moment to tell you that I think you are absolutely incredible and so inspiring. And you're just doing such great things. And I'm so honored to be able to say that I had you on my platform, for you to spit your wisdom and to give people knowledge and to share what you know and what you've learned. And I am a fan of yours. Not sure if you have noticed throughout this interview, but I am a fan of yours. And I am so excited to see where you take your skills and your talents, man. I think
No,
you're
thank you so much. And I really appreciate you for having me on your platform, trusting me with my wisdom on your platform.
yeah.
I'm super excited to see, all the different people that you bring on after this, and like the type of audience that you're able to hone in on. So thank you again.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it. And I hope you have a good rest of your day.
Thank you, you too.